All right, welcome to Coffee with Markus. This is episode 118, and today I'll show you what's happening in the market so that you know what's going on. And I'll also show you my open trades, what I traded today, and what I have in my portfolio so that you know exactly how to trade these markets. And then we're doing a deep dive because I appreciate you being here live, so we'll answer your questions here. All right, does that sound good? Then let's get started. This show is about real money and real trades. I'll show you the trading strategies that I personally trade, the tools that I use to trade my own accounts, and we will talk about the right mindset of a trader. Now, talking about mindset, I'm going to show you how to create SRC profits. And SRC stands for systematic, repeatable, and consistent, because that is the key to long-term success in the markets. So, if you are sick of all the hype and empty promises, and you want to learn trading strategies that actually work, then click on like right now and let's get started. All right, welcome. So today we're going to talk about what's happening in the markets, and then I'm going to show you exactly my open trades, what's in my portfolio, what I traded today, what trades I'm planning to close today, and all the good stuff. All right, so let's get started. The main focus today was the jobs report. And let's take a look at this. This is a calendar that I personally like to use. It's forexfactory.com. It's a free calendar. As you can see, this week we did have economic reports coming in, and they came in worse than expected. This is why the whole week the markets were kind of shaky, but everybody was waiting for the biggie today. So everybody was waiting for the non-farm employment change. And this is where economists expected that we would add 480,000 jobs. But we only added 245,000 jobs. So this was much worse than expected. Now, here's the bad news. The bad news, we added fewer jobs than expected. The good news is we still added some jobs. And as you can see here, the unemployment rate ticked a little bit lower from 6.8 to 6.7. So the question is, how did the markets respond to this? Well, and this morning they shook off the news fairly quickly. And here right now we are seeing the Dow Jones, and the Dow Jones is on pace on making a new all-time high. So is the S&P 500. The S&P 500 also making a new all-time high. So having a really great week. I mean, after having a rocky start into the week, right now we seem to finish on a high here, finish with a bang. And then we also have the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq is not yet making a new all-time high, but I mean, as you can see, it's hanging in there. Well, as you know, November has been pretty rough. I mean, at first we had the election, where the week before the election we were selling off here, bouncing right back. We had the vaccine news, and ever since then, not a whole lot going on. But what you will see here right now, let me just see if I can draw a trend line for you really quick, so that you see that recently we have been making higher lows here, and this is a good sign. So the markets are drifting higher. So it seems that it is all good, but we do need a stimulus deal. Now, Biden today said we need a stimulus deal. Chuck Schumer, who is the Senate minority leader, said today we need a stimulus deal. And earlier this week, the Fed Chair Powell said we need a stimulus deal. And you know that the Fed has been handling this pandemic here really well. This is why we were able to bounce back. And even though we are still in the midst of the pandemic, we're making new all-time highs. So this is quite good. And you see, this week we heard news that Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell are talking, but nothing yet. And yes, we do need a stimulus package because the current stimulus packages are running out. And new cases are at an all-time high. So it's not only the stock market that is at an all-time high. This nasty coronavirus here, as you can see, yesterday 218,000 new cases were reported. So this is here an all-time high. So it's really bad. But traders are shrugging it off because we are hoping for the vaccine. And this is why the markets are making new all-time highs. I mean, hard to believe, but this is what's happening. So the key question is, how do you trade this, right? I mean, because after all this, what this show is all about, it is real money and real trade. So if you have been following me for a while, then you know that I'm trading two different strategies. One is the PowerX strategy. And if you would like to know more about this, I've written a book on this. You can get it for only $4.95. Link in the description. Anyhow, so with the PowerX strategy, I'm using a tool called the PowerX Optimizer, where every day I'm looking for the best stocks according to this strategy. So here you see the tool, and today when I was running the scanner, 4 stocks came up. Now after I see these 4 stocks, now I do a quick manual go through so that I look at these stocks and I'm looking for, are there, first of all, no gaps? I do not like to trade gappy stocks. Number 2, do we see nice trendability to the upside and the downside? I want to start with the first stock here that came up, ARWR. And we talked about this in the previous Coffee with Markus. See, this is a stock that I did not trade previously when it came up to this on the scanner because I didn't like the gaps that I see here, here, and here. It was a strong maybe, but considering the other candidates, I decided to pass on ARWR. Now, PAGP is the next stock that came up, and this here was a different story. So looking at PAGP, there was a lot that I liked about PAGP. So first of all, as you can see, there's only one gap that really stands out, and this is during this COVID sell-off. And this was unusual times. So in this tool, I'm cutting it out. As you can see, I'm using gray bars here, letting me know that this is the time period that I can omit. I don't need to look at this. Other than this, nice going to the upside and the downside. Nice P&L chart here. So overall, this looked like a really good trade. So here I was looking for PAGP to go above $9.30. Now what I did here, as you know, I'm trading multiple accounts. I'm trading a total of 9 different accounts. And one of the accounts that I'm trading live with you here on YouTube is a rather small account with $20,000. So for this, I decided to trade options. So as soon as PAGP went through $9.30, this is when I was looking at these two possibilities. I could either buy a call with a strike of 8 or with a strike of 9. And you see, PowerX Optimizer tells me exactly what should be my maximum entry price, how much will the option be worth when the stock hits the profit target, how much will it be worth when it hits the stop loss, so what is my risk reward ratio? Because as you know, a solid trading strategy answers the following 3 questions. Number 1, what should you trade? And you see exactly here is what I should trade. Number 2, when to enter. And I knew exactly here that I wanted to enter PAGP as soon as we go above $9.30. So this is what it says here. And then the third thing is when to exit. And I have my profit target here and my stop loss. And as you can see, I already know when to exit before I even enter the trade. So anyhow, I really like this. So this morning when I saw that it was going above $9.30, I did buy the option. So here you see it's one of the trades that I have in the account. We'll go through all of the trades, but I wanted to explain what I did this morning. So PAGP, I bought it at $1.65, as you can see, and right now it's already trading at $1.95, $1.94 is the last trade. So right now I'm already up $200. So just in a day, that is not bad at all. So we are off to a good start. We can take a look at this here really quick. If you look at the chart of PAGP, so I entered here as soon as we went above 930. Let me plot a horizontal line here. Right here, and as you can see, right now we are already trading at $9.73. So, PowerX Optimizer, thank you very much. This was a good pick. Let's take a look at the other stocks that popped up today. So another stock that popped up today is PLL. And as you can see, this is not a stock that I want to trade. Why? First of all, we see a gap here. And again, what am I looking for? I'm looking for nice trends to the upside and the downside. And this is not happening here at all. At first, it was trading around $6, then jumping all the way up to $55. So this here, definitely a crazy stock that I do not want to trade. Now, the last stock that popped up here was VG. VG, Vonage Holdings, not bad, not bad. So I kind of liked it because, again, looking for my 3 criteria, want to see that there's no gaps. I just saw this one tiny gap recently. Other than this, not a whole lot going on here. And there's a question, how big is the account size? For this, I set up an account here of only $20,000, so a rather small account that I'm trading here. So I have a total of 9 accounts. I believe over the 9 accounts combined, there's probably around $600,000-$700,000 in these accounts with all of them combined. But here on YouTube, since many of you ask me, how do you grow a small account? I chose to open specifically here for YouTube a smaller account of $20,000 and show you how to trade it. And of course, here, if you go back to PAGP, I traded 8 options, as you can see. So if you had a $5,000 account, you would only trade 2 options. No problem, right? This is why I say if you have a $5,000 or $10,000 account, the PowerX strategy is perfect for you. So on a smaller account, you would have traded 2 options or maybe 4 options on a $10,000 account. And this is the beautiful thing. This is what PowerX Optimizer tells you exactly how many options you should trade. But back here to Vonage. So Vonage overall looked good, and I wanted Vonage to go above 1420. This is my entry point. Again, we need to know what do we want to trade. So here are 4 stocks. Out of these 4 stocks, I picked 2. When to enter, and we want to trade Vonage when it's going above 1420. Let's take a look at Vonage here, what happened today. So as you can see, it never traded about 1420. All day it was trading in a range between 1345 and 1398. So even though overall I like this stock, it did not meet my criteria of going through the previous day's high, because that's what I'm looking for. I want to see momentum, because I want to see not only that I have a green bar according to the 3 indicators that I describe here in the book, the PowerX Strategy. Probably know the indicators. You see them on the bottom of the screen. It is RSI, stochastics, and MACD. Not only do I want to see a green bar, but I also want to see that the high is taken out, because then we have a nice explosive move here like we have with PAGP. So this here was just beautiful. And again, I wanted to enter it. Let me just adjust it by a cent as soon as we went above 930. So these were the trades that I was looking at today. Now I still had, you see, this is why I have my watch list here. So from the scanner, I can quickly move it to the watch list. And this is where the stocks are that I'm trading right now. Now earlier this week, or actually this has been quite a while ago, on November 13th, I traded AM. So AM is another stock, and the beautiful thing is on AM I have been able to take already some profits, because AM, you see it right here, I traded also a total of 8 options, and I already sold 4 of them at a profit. Right now we still have another 4 options that are going towards the optimized target, and I can tell you exactly where my exit is. You see, this is where PowerX Optimizer tells me exactly where to exit. So here I want to see that AM is going up to $8.68. You see right here. Currently AM is trading at 758. We can actually mark it here. So AM, I entered it. I can show you exactly. You see PowerX Optimizer. I entered it when it went above $6.50. So let me just show you exactly where I entered it. So 650 right here. And I entered this on 1113. So let me also plot a horizontal line so that you see exactly where I entered it. Oh, right here. Sorry, 1116. So this is where I entered it, and as you can see, it is up, up, and away. Now here, my profit target is $8.68. So this is where I'll still be in the trade for probably a few more days. But as you can see, it is nicely going towards the $8. We can mark it here on the chart. Why not? So that we see it. It's probably somewhere up there, $8.68. So this stock here has still a little bit to go. We are halfway there. So this will be a nice $1,000 trade probably. And again, on a small $20,000 account, this would be a 5% winning trade. So not bad at all. Not bad at all. All right, let's take a look at a few other trades. So MUR was a trade that I entered. Was it yesterday or was it on Wednesday? So here, let me just show you MUR. Really, really nice. Here I bought 4 options and right now they're up $332. So as you can see, the open P&L for AM, I'll talk about the other trades here in a moment. They are according to the wheel strategy, but the one with the pinky-ish dot, is this pink? Let's say it's pink, right? Okay, so AM, MUR, and PAGP, these are the trades according to the PowerX strategy. As you can see, up $420 here. Let's just use the calculator really quick. So we are up $420 on AM. We are up $300 on MUR, and we are up $200 on PAGP. So up $920 just for this week. So not bad at all. This is almost 5%. And you see, my goal here is with the strategy to shoot for anywhere between 60 and 80%. So my goal is to make around 5% per month. If I can make 5% per month, I can make 60% a year. And trust me, this is really, really good because again, here we are talking about SRC profits, and SRC stands for systematic, repeatable, and consistent. You don't want to have the trade, for example, okay, let's say you caught the Tesla run. Good for you. Can you do this again next month when Tesla might be crashing and burning? Do you find the next Tesla? You see, I'm finding new trades every single day by simply going through my PowerX Optimizer and coming up with somewhere between 2 to 8 trades to take, and out of these, I took these 3 trades: AM, MUR, PAGP, and they're all doing good. Now, earlier this week, we talked about it in the previous coffee with Markus. PRPL did not work out. So PRPL, I showed you on Monday, I had a losing trade there. The good news is I'm limiting my losing trades to 2% of my account. So I never risk more than 2%, which on this account here is $400, $20,000 times 2% is $400. It seems that I need to have another sip of coffee. Is this helpful at all as we are going through this? And I see that there's quite a few questions. So I'll look at the questions in a moment, but I also want to show you these other trades, what they are doing here in the account. So these are the trades. There we go. Perfect. So these are the trades according to the wheel strategy. So let's talk about these and what is happening there. So as you can see, KMX, NIO, OSTK, and PZA. Now, PowerX Optimizer, let's start with this, is a strategy where we want to see nicely going up. So we want to see that here we have a nice trend to the upside. As you can see with MUR, my profit target here is $15.30. So we are looking for directional. Now with the wheel trades, it is different. With the wheel trades, we are picking a stock that is, well, kind of going sideways. As you can see here, Best Buy is one of the stocks that we picked, and then we are selling options and collecting premium. So here, as an example, Best Buy, I was betting that Best Buy will stay above 104 until today. The market's closed in 12 minutes, and as you can see, it is trading nicely above 104. So therefore, let's just bring it up here really quick. On Best Buy, I made $72. Now, $72 might not sound a whole lot, but keep in mind that this is only in 3 days. So if you can make $72 in 3 days on just one stock, not bad at all. It'll all add up. So as you can see here, on this account that I'm trading for the wheel, that's where we are looking right now at just shy of $15,000. I've been trading this for the last 4 months, so I'm on pace making 80 to 90% a year with this strategy. So again, this was Best Buy. Another trade that I took is KMX, and KMX, I entered it, let's see, when did we enter it? KMX, you see 4 days ago. So 4 days ago, entered this trade, and I was betting that this stays above $89 until today. If it does, and right now it's trading at $96, right? So this is where I'll make $128. And again, might not sound a whole lot, but this is why in the tool here, the PowerX Optimizer, we have the wheel calculator, and the wheel calculator tells me exactly how much am I making per day. And my goal is here to have up to 5 positions open and make $20 on each position, at least per day. So that would be $100 per day or $3,000 a month. Again, this is on a rather small account of $50,000. I'm actually right now thinking about it. If maybe here on YouTube I'm trading one of the larger accounts that I have, maybe a $500,000 account, just so that you see how to trade larger accounts, because thus far I've been focusing on how to trade smaller accounts. But some of you have asked, how do you trade larger accounts? So I thought might as well share it here with you. So this is what I'm thinking about right now, just to let you know. So stay tuned and make sure that you're subscribing to this channel. This way you get notified whenever I release a new video or when I go live, as I do right now. All right, but let's take a look at the other ones that I have in here. So KMX, Best Buy, already closed it, made some money here. In a few minutes, this will expire worthless. I'm making $128, even though it says $123. I'll make $128. We also have these expire next week. NIO, and let me just show you this. So NIO, I'm betting that NIO stays above $33 until December 11th, a week from now. No, so this is my bet. I think that we have plenty of room here. If all of this works out on NIO, I would make, what is it, 8 times 28. Let me bring up my handy dandy calculator. So 8 times $28, I would make $224. So again, not bad for a trade that is open right now for a day, and within a day, I already made $56 here. So not bad. So the other two, OSTK, Overstock. So with Overstock, I'm betting that Overstock will stay above 52.50 until December 11th. If this is the case, I will make on Overstock, let's take a look at this. So I will make $250. So $225 on NIO, $250 here. And again, might not sound too exciting for you, but keep in mind that thus far I've been trading the strategy for the past 4 months. And I've had one losing trade. One losing trade. And if you want to look at the activity here, so as you can see, I've traded a lot of stocks here. Some of them I've traded multiple times. As you can see, every single one is a winning trade, and I had one losing trade. And let me know, let me tell you, this losing trade was $60. So a whopping $60. Anyhow, good. So let's take a look at the last position, and then I will answer all of your questions. So the last one here is PZZA, which is not pizza, but it is Papa John's. Papa John's here, I'm betting that Papa John's will stay above $75.50 until next Friday. If this is the case, I will make $270. So here I would make $270. So you get the idea on NIO, within a week making $225, OSTK $250, and here $70. So that's a total combined of what, around $700 to $750, and that's exactly what I'm looking for within a week here. So doing really good. My goal here on this account, which again is a smaller account of $50,000, my goal here is to make $1,000 a week. So if that's happening, $500 a week, sorry. $500 a week, $2,000 a month. And right now I'm already overachieving. All right. Good. So let's see. I see that there's quite a few questions coming in here, and this is where I promised you I'll do a deep dive. But let me ask you this: has this been helpful thus far, so that you see how I'm trading these markets? Because trust me, these markets right now are not easy to trade. I mean, look at what's happening in the markets right now. If you look at the Dow Jones, talked about it, right? I mean, all of the indices, we had the sell-off right before the election. We had the election week rally. This is what happened here right after the election. Then we had Pfizer coming out with good news that we have a vaccine, and ever since we have been drifting higher. So trust me, this is not easy to trade, but here you see the real trades that I do and how I am making money as a trader on rather small accounts. Anyhow, so good to see you. So happy that you're here. If you're joining us live, I will look through the questions right now, answer as many of your questions as possible. If you're watching the recording, leave a question in the comment. I'm looking at all of the comments and I am responding personally to these comments. Kevin, so good to see you here. March, fantastic. John has already the PowerX Optimizer, loves it. Okay, the community here is amazing. Yes, so we have our YouTube community here, and then we have an owners group. We have our own little community where we have our own network where we exchange ideas regarding these trades here. So if you're a PowerX Optimizer user, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, good. John says it's almost happy hour on the East Coast. Fantastic. So good to see Alan, Odie, perfect. Okay, so Ken says, can you please explain the different setup in the software for PowerX Optimizer versus the wheel strategy, maybe before the release of the wheel strategy finder as part of the PowerX software? Okay, so great question, Ken. Again, two completely separate strategies. The PowerX strategy, a strategy for a directional market. So this works really well in an up market or in a down market. It doesn't really matter because we can go long or we can go short. By the way, if this is a new concept for you and you don't know yet how to bet on a falling market, I did a video on this. I think it's called How to Take Advantage of a Falling Market or something like this. I'll post a link in the description here that shows you exactly how to participate in a falling market. Anyhow, so this is what the PowerX strategy is. Now, on the other hand, the wheel strategy, this is where I'm rather looking for stocks that do not move a whole lot, like Best Buy. As you can see, over the past few months since August, it has just been going sideways in a rather large range between 106 and 124. KMX here, CarMax, as you can see, has also been trading in a range pretty much ever since June. And the range is here between around $90 and $105. NEO has been nicely trending up here, and right now it is not going anywhere. And so this is why I'm picking these stocks. So Ken, super important. It's two different strategy, and this is why in the tool right now you also have the stock chart, the trading report, and the options tab. So all of this is for the PowerX Optimizer, and the wheel calculator then tells you whether it is worth taking the risk of selling an option and collecting the premium according to the wheel strategy. Is this making sense? All right. Good. And I meant to show my screen. There we go. So stock chart, trading report, options. So this is all for the PowerX strategy, and the wheel calculator is for the wheel. So you have everything here in one tool. Anyhow, Ken, great question. Good. Mirko, hello from Germany. Servus, grüß dich. The wheel rocks 8% in November. I'm very happy. Yes, and again, it was a tricky November. Trust me, there's many traders who lost money. I just earlier this morning, I watched a video from another YouTuber who was pretty proud to say that he made around 1.5% in November, and I think that's good, right? But for me personally, I'm looking anywhere between 60 to 80% in a year. That's what I'm looking for. All right, Jim, PAGP, you used it as a day trade. Good for you. You see, this is where it doesn't really matter. I personally like to swing trade. I don't like to day trade. But if you want, as John did here, or Jim, you can use this tool and then use this for a day trade if you want to, right? I mean, no problem with this. I personally like to use it as swing trading, but yeah. Good. Vadim, good to see you here. Got into an options trade. Alex is asking, do you do day trade? I personally don't. As you can see, Jim does it. I know that Russ, who's often here, does it. So there's quite a few who use this tool for day trading. I personally don't. Okay. Oh, Joey, missed PAGP due to my time zone. Hit the signal as soon as the markets open. Yeah, but there was probably a solid 30 to 45 minutes where you could have gotten in. Let me just show you. So PAGP, so you can definitely put a limit order in. And there's the market close. Fantastic. I want to switch here to a 5-minute chart. So as you can see earlier this morning, so this here in the first 20 minutes, we moved higher, then we pulled back, we pulled below the entry price, then we were trading slightly above the entry price, just 10 cents, around 9.40, right? So you could have entered there. And then after this, it was, yes, as somebody said earlier, up, up and away. So really nice. That worked out great. So Ken says, I find it difficult to keep track of my trades within 3 accounts. How do you manage them, especially if you have multiple legs of options? Well, this is where the trading log is your best friend. And you can use a simple Excel spreadsheet, or you can use a Google sheet, right? So I definitely highly recommend that you use some sort of spreadsheet for a trading log so that you can analyze exactly what trades are working out, what trades do not work out. Okay. So Tulio is asking, how can we get rid of the green and red arrows on PowerX Optimizer? Super easy. So this is where you go to the settings, and under settings, you say show trades on chart, or if you don't like these arrows, you go to settings and uncheck show trades on chart. See, this is when they disappear again. Super easy here. Glad to help. Okay. So Jody is asking a great question. Generally, do you prefer options in the money or at the money? See, this is where exactly for PAGP today, the PowerX Optimizer helps me tremendously, because this is where I see these two options. Let me see if I can zoom in so that you can see it a little bit better. So I'm seeing these two options, ITM in the money and ATM. I see how much I'm willing to pay for an entry price. I see how much this option should be worth when the stock hits the target and how much at the stop. And you see, this is where I see then also risk reward ratio. And the risk reward ratio here is a little bit higher on the ITM than on the ATM. So here, this is why today I chose the ITM. In general, I choose the one with the higher risk reward ratio. Now, if you don't know what the risk reward ratio means, it means how much money are you willing to risk, or how much money are you planning to make for every dollar that you risk. So here, when you see a risk reward ratio of 1 to 2.18, it means that I'm trying to make at least $2.18 for every dollar that I risk, or $218 for every $100 that I risk, right? And Jody, great question. So I personally prefer to choose the one with the higher risk and reward ratio. Okay, making sense? Good. So Asim, again, I have multiple accounts for PowerX Optimizer, because here's the deal. With the PowerX Strategy, if you have a rather small account of, let's say, $5,000, $10,000, the PowerX Strategy is perfect for you. Especially when it is below $20,000, I recommend that you trade options. And if you're new to options and would like to learn more about this, I have a playlist. It's called Options 101. I'll link to it in the description. Now, if you have a larger account, and this is where I mean $20,000 or above, then it does make sense to trade the wheel strategy, right? And again, both strategies have their purpose. And as you know, or you might not know, so I'm telling you, I did a video explaining the differences between these two strategies, and I'll link to it in the description as well. So as soon as we're done here, you can click on this one so that you see an exact comparison of these two strategies in terms of risk, in terms of account size, in terms of how active do you need to be in trading, in terms of what you can expect with these strategies. So Asim, hope that helps. Okay, good. Des, so good to see you. Okay, so yeah, Des, you're doing great. Looking at PAGP as well, and VG is the only other one, but it never triggered. You are absolutely right. Asim is asking, is there a manual or a guide on how to use the software? Of course there is. Of course there is. So when you are in the software, and I'm just zooming out a little bit again here. Let me see. There we go. You see that there's help. And when you click on help and training videos, this takes you right to all the training videos for the software. So just click on the help button where you would expect it, right? And you see that here we have getting started, accessing the software, getting started, how to read the data window, account size and position size. Then you'll see here how to trade stocks and how to trade options if you have the pro version of this software. And by the way, this here also, the community that somebody was talking about earlier, I think John, it was you. So this here is all inside our membership area and super easy to access. And yeah, so when you click on this, for example, you'll see that a video opens, and then my head coach Mark Hodge has recorded the videos. The videos are super short. This one here is 3.5 minutes long, so you don't have to sit there for hours and hours. I mean, we kept this software as simple as possible, as you can see. Super clean interface, not a lot of bells and whistles, because it does what it is supposed to do, and this is finding the best stocks and options to trade, telling exactly when to enter, and telling you when to exit. So Asim, absolutely. Good. So let's see, Dave, in your opinion, how will all of your strategies do when a black swan hits? I do believe you mean a black swan, right? And a black swan means when we're going down. So here's the deal. Let me just show you. PowerX Optimizer tells you before this happens to get out of position. You see, here we were already positioned short for PAGP, for example. If I had traded VG, let's take a look at what happened here before the pandemic. See, we did have right here, let me zoom in so that you see it. Here we had a black bar. We had another green bar, but we never got into this trade because we never moved above the high. So as you can see, basically what happened here, because this was your question, Dave, what happens is during this time, I sit on my hands, and you can watch the YouTube videos here that I did during this time. And this is where, I was sitting on my hands, and then I was trading a strategy that is specifically designed for a black swan event, which is called Theta Kings. So if you look back here at the coffee with Markus, you'll see exactly what I did during this time. So, because your question is probably, am I losing my shirt? No, of course not, because I'm limiting my risk. And this is so super important. And you see, there was not really just one day where everything sold off. We're talking here, even if you look at the major indices, let me go back here and look at the major indices. So you'll see it wasn't just one day where we were selling off. Oops, I'm still on a 5-minute chart. Let me just zoom in and go back. You see, this is where it happened. And as you can also see here, PowerX Optimizer clearly gave us black bars. And after this, we can trade it to the downside, right? So, David, black swan events are not really a concern for me. Making sense? Good. Alrighty. So, Sean says, why do the Bollinger Bands change in trading view between day 5, day 1 month, 6 months? What is the default? Not quite sure what you're talking about. I did a video on Bollinger Bands. I'll link to it in the description. It's actually pretty cool, this video, that shows you exactly the settings that I recommend, the settings that I would like to use. So I'll link to it in the description, Sean. This way you can see it. Okay. Good. So Park is asking, if a wheel trade goes in the money, is it possible to get exercised as soon as it gets in the money? That is a great question. And you know what? I did a video on this. The short answer is no. And if you want to have the longer answer with detailed examples, I'll link to it in the description. It's called assignment risk or something like this, that talks exactly about this, Park. So right after you watch this video, go to this other video that talks about the assignment risk. It's probably 5 or 6 minutes long, and I'll have many examples and tell you exactly why you're not getting assigned before expiration here. All right. Good. So good to see you. Okay, Wayne says, assume that if we choose to rather trade the stock, as opposed to the option, the same numbers apply. Yep. And that. So here's the deal, Wayne. This is why we have here conservative and optimized exits. Let me just show it to you on PAGP because we entered it today. So I'm going to zoom in. That makes it a little bit easier to read. Oops. There we go. We're zooming in. So here we are having a conservative exit and we have an optimized exit. So you would take profits right here. See, depending on, for example, on AM, let me show you this. On AM, I already took profits, right? And right now, see, this is where you see that it is staggered. Right now, we're in a free ride. We did a video on this, and you can take a look at the video. It's called, let me just show it to you. So, because I want you to know exactly where this is. And this is right here, combining conservative and optimized exits. So Wayne, this is the video for you to watch. Take a look at this. It's only, let me see, how long is this video? This video is probably,
In this video,
it's a whopping 8 minutes long. So in 8 minutes, you'll learn everything about how to take profits on the way up here. All right, Sean is asking, do you use Bollinger Bands or just PowerX in TradingView? I just use the PowerX strategy in TradingView. I mean, this is my bread and butter strategy. This is what I'm trading. But Bollinger Bands can be super helpful, especially if you want to impress friends, right? I mean, take a look at the video that I did on Bollinger Bands, because Bollinger Bands help you to tell your friends in 10 seconds or less whether stock is more likely to go up, down, or sideways. Okay. Good. So Scott is asking, would you still get into PRGP? I think you mean PAGP, right? Would I still get into PAGP after you missed the entry? No, this trade is gone. This trade is gone. Okay. Anyhow, so John is asking, curious why the 89 puts for KMX won't close for 4 cents. Nobody wants to buy them. Nobody wants to buy them. And here's why, right? Let me just show you. So KMX, so this is where, let me just go back to my list, right? KMX was pretty far away here from our strike price. So we closed here, let me just, there we go. We closed at 96.50 and there was just nobody wanted to take the trade. So don't worry about it. It expired worthless. You made money. All right. So Ali says, for wheel, when you send the alert, the volume of the specific options jump a lot. Is this good or bad for your subscribers? Well, you know, the way how I send the alerts, you have plenty of time to get into the alerts. So when the volume jumps up, it doesn't really matter. You see, open interest is not that important. The bid ask is important, not the open interest. Some people tell you open interest is super important. No, it's not. Volume is super important. No, it's not. Right? The bid-ask spread, that is the most important. I did a video on this. I'll link to it in the description. It's called bid-ask spread here. Anyhow. Randy says, love your coffee mug. Yes, I have a coffee mug that reminds me every day to trade what I see, not what I think. So that's what I have. All right. Good. Okay, John says, entered PAGP. Very pleased. I bet you're making money, right? Also got into VG. VG hasn't triggered yet, John. So take another look at the rules here. Okay. So Johnny says, is your $20,000 a 10K margin account? No, it's $20,000 cash. It's a $20,000 cash account. So great question. Okay, so BBY hit 90% and bought it back today. Yeah, I did the same. I bought it back when I saw 90% of the profit. Okay, so good to see. Michael says, surprised to see Neo in the wheel. How do you pronounce this, by the way? Is it Neo or is it Nio? Nio? Nobody knows, right? I just say Neo. If you say Nio, we're good. It's like tomato and tomato, right? Doesn't really matter. So yeah, honestly, I was a little bit surprised myself, but it came up on the scanner that we are right now developing. So the prototype, it came up there, and see, we have a solid 30% drop here. So this can drop another 30% and we'll still be fine. So this is why I thought it was a really good trade. Okay, good. So Jim says, would love to see larger contracts. Okay, I'll think about it. Good. Jody also says, would be interesting to see how to trade a larger account. Exactly the same. It's exactly the same. I mean, seriously, all you do is you trade more contracts. But there's no magic to it. Whether you're trading a $50,000 account or $500,000 account, there's no difference. Whether you're trading a $20,000 account or $200,000 account, there's no difference. Okay. All right. Good, good, good. Jignash is asking, how do you find the wheel trades? We are actually developing a wheel scanner right now that we will implement into PowerX Optimizer. So in the same way as we have a scanner right now that finds the best stocks according to the PowerX strategy, we will have a scanner that shows you the best stocks according to the wheel strategy. And my development team always kills me when I make any promises. So no big promises here, but here's they're fine. They got this. So it will be available before Christmas. So it's coming out in the next few weeks. It will be available this year. So at least a beta version will be available. And if you currently own PowerX Optimizer, you will get it automatically for free. Now, going forward, going into 2021, there will be an extra fee for everybody who has not yet PowerX Optimizer. But if you have already invested in PowerX Optimizer, or you're planning to invest in PowerX Optimizer over the next few weeks until the end of the year, then this scanner will be included. So Jignesh, this is how we're doing it. All the recent trades that I send out as alerts. So as you know, you can sign up for alerts, and I'm sending you a text message, I'm sending you an email, I'm sending you push notifications. All of the recent ones were from the scanner. And Michael says, yep, the wheel is good, good, good. Okay, awesome. One losing trade using the wheel. There's more for the PowerX strategy because, again, it's slightly different. On the PowerX strategy, on the winning trades, you make way more money on the losing trades. So this is why for the PowerX strategy, you can expect around 50 to 60% winning percentage. So that's normal for the PowerX strategy, right? For the wheel, super high, you can expect between 90 and 95. I think right now I'm at 99%. So we are doing good. Matthew is asking if I'm trading call secured puts. Yes, and you know what? Since you missed the beginning, I'll leave a link in the description here. It's a playlist for the wheel so that you can catch up here. Derek, how do you find a losing trade in the wheel strategy? If I have to close it at a loss. If I have to close a trade at a loss, that is a losing trade. If I'm closing it with a win, let me show you this. Let me just show you this. So I'm going to show you all of the trades. Green means positive. If there would be a red trade, that would be a loss. Okay? But thus far, they're all green, so we're good. All right. Cool. Well, this was lots of fun, man. Time is flying when you're having fun. Did you enjoy this? Because if you did, do me a favor and click on like, and also please share this video with anybody who you feel that might find this helpful. Share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, share it by email, doesn't really matter. Also, if you're new to the channel here and enjoyed this video and would like to see more videos like this, click on subscribe right now, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great rest of the afternoon and a great weekend. I'm having a happy hour here pretty soon with 100 of our members that have signed up for a special event this weekend. Anyhow, so I'm getting ready for the happy hour. I will see you all on Monday. So take care. Have a great weekend. Stay safe.